Here.
Mr. Eichelberger. Deputy Controller Grosset.
Here.
Is there any public comment to come before the salary board? Hearing none, item number 4 is the approval of the minutes of May the 26th. Is there a motion to approve those minutes? Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion on the minutes? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 5 is the approval of the salary board actions. Is there a motion to approve those actions?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion on the salary board actions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Is there any other business to come before the salary board? If none, we're adjourned. If you can stand as you're able. By saying, I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to call to order the Board of Commissioners meeting for the 8th of June. Can I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Frost.
Present.
Mr. Herzler.
Here.
Mr. Eichelberger.
Is there any public comment to come before the Board of Commissioners? Hearing none, item number 4 is the approval of the minutes of May the 21st and May the 26th. Is there a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion on the minutes? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 5 is the approval of the personnel transactions. Is there a motion to approve those personnel transactions?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion on the personnel transactions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 6, 35-year service for John Bittner.
Aye.
35. Would you please come forward? Okay, so 1980.
Yes.
Started with vector control.
Yes.
About 81, went to coordinator,
Yes.
and then promoted to department head.
Correct.
35 years. So traditionally, you're here with a jar filled with mosquitoes and kind of show and tell, which we very much appreciate. And if the county doesn't know, I would encourage everyone to go to the website, see what the department does, the contributions they make to the department, your dedication, years of service, and passion for what you do. A very small token on behalf of the Board of Commissioners. Thank you so very, very much.
I feel lost, I don't have a prop.
I know, and whatever. But any good words to share with us? We're getting in the summer and, you know.
Oh, well, for mosquitoes, the state had 2 positives a couple of weeks ago. We're still running good. Another week or 2, we'll probably get into the thick of things mosquito-wise.
Okay.
So I think we're good for mosquitoes. Katie's new, she's doing a great job. Everything's under control.
I like it. Sounds good. Again, thank you so very much.
Can we get a picture, please?
I was gonna say, please go right ahead.
So John's known for 3 things. 1 is bugs, 2 is baked goods, and 3 is he's quite the innovator. I really enjoyed working with John. He has consistently applied technology in a measured and prudent way to gain more efficiencies. Their department does a lot with relatively few resources, and it is in large part due to John's leadership, his vision, and his comfort with applying technology to improve productivity. So he's presented on many occasions at department heads meetings, and I think has given some people some good ideas about how they could apply similar principles to their own stuff. So we are in significant debt of gratitude to John for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I say something quick?
Absolutely.
I stayed up watching the Tonys last night, working on
Oh,
that
yeah,
science speech.
yeah.
I'm trying to get What are we gonna say? It doesn't seem like 35 years. I thought about that on the way in here. It's like, holy cow. And then I saw Brendan come in today, and I'm going like, it wasn't too long ago we were shooting hoops out in Mount Holly, you know, when we were like kids. That's how time flies.
Yes.
But I mean, I've had a great time, and it's been especially good applying all the principles because of the backing of the board. They really work and put their time and effort into it, and it just encourages me to just put that extra day in. So I want to thank everybody.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely.
Good.
Thanks.
take a short break.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
That sounds unbelievable.
Item number 7 on the agenda is the approval of the revisions to the county's emergency solution grant program. Is there a motion for those revisions? Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 8 is a discussion and action on the cost of living adjustment for the county employees. I'm going to turn this over to the Director of Insurance.
What we propose is a 1.75% COLA for all non-bargaining unit employees that we would like to make retroactive back to January 11th, 2015.
Chief Butler?
No, I think the money was allocated in the 2015 budget to cover the potential cost of reclassifying and benchmarking positions and salaries throughout the county. And we figured if there's a residual left over, we would apply that to the cost of living to reward everybody. And I think the reason we have that money is due in significant part to the efforts of staff and management to improve our efficiency, cut costs, and bend that proverbial cost curve to the northeast where we want it to be. So I think this is something that's been earned and deserved.
I will so make the motion for the cost of living adjustment for the county employees retroactive to January the 11th of this year. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion on this COLA? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 9, a letter of support for East Pennsboro Township grant application to the Department of GCD for the Green Range Trails and Recreation that was presented during the workshop. Is there a motion to submit a letter of support?
So moved.
Excuse me, is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion on this letter of support? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 10 is the approval of the resolution 2015-13 budget adjustment that was reviewed during the workshop. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
So
Is there a second?
second.
Any further discussion on the resolution? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 11, the approval of contracts and grants that were presented during the workshop. They are A through I. Is there a motion for these contracts and grants?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion on any of these? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 12 is the approval of Act 13 funding for the Land Partnership Grant and Electronics Collection and Recycling that was presented during the workshop. There are 3 listed, looking at the solicitor, that they can all be taken as one, or are they to be
It should be done separately.
done separately?
Yes.
On item number A, discussion for Act 13 funding for the Land Partnership Grant. Is there a motion for that funding?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion on A? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? B, the discussion for Act 13 funding for electronic collection and recycling services. Is there a motion?
So
Is there a second?
second.
Is there any further discussion on B?
Just for clarification purposes, I think we're talking about $17,000. That's what the.
From the
amount that
100,000.
was- Yeah, the amount that
Right.
was discussed, just so that we.
I think it was 17.5. Was it 17.5? 17.5. There's a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion or
Well, just to,
on B?
yeah, just to be clear on that, I believe it was 17,000, but then the budget for the proposal was 17.5. But I believe that they were looking at a number of different, sources of revenue, and actually there may not, spend, I think, about maybe $5,000 of the Act 13 money, but this would authorize, if I understand the motion, up to $17,000 from the available funding from Act 13 for this purpose, so that it may actually cover more than 1 year or one time.
Yeah, I think
That's what we had
there
talked
was a
about.
total amount, which the majority of the 200,000 was going to go to the land partnerships grants. The residual, which was left over, which I think was 17 and change, it was about 17.5, but more or less, let's say 17, was going to be made available if needed, but Justin is going to pursue other grant opportunities and report back to us.
They also had contributions coming in from our conservation district.
That's
Right.
true.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
so
right.
there had been some additional money that was identified during the workshop for that. So motion is second on B. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item C, is there a motion for the authorization of advertising for requests for proposals for electronic collection and recycling services?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion on the advertising?
Yeah, and I know that Justin had talked about some of the specifics with respect to the, how this program might be conducted. One of the suggestions that came up during our discussion, however, was, to maybe look at not just a centralized location for, the collection, but maybe, folks could go to a couple locations in the county, and then it could be hauled perhaps from that location to the center.
Yeah, I think I had mentioned about 3
Yeah,
that could possibly
yeah.
be distributed throughout the county.
So I hope that that's in the request for proposals. Okay.
We'll make sure.
All right, thank you.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on the motion to authorize advertising? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 13, is there a motion for the approval of the durable medical equipment policy for Cumberland Nursing and Rehabilitation Center that was presented during the workshop? I will also make that motion for the approval of the durable medical equipment policy for the nursing home. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Item number 14. And we'll take these separately to the capital request. The approval of the capital projects that were presented during the workshop, A through C. For A, is there a motion for the GIS Department Pictometry for 2016? Is there a second? I will second. Is there any further discussion for pictometry for 2016 in the amount of $269,009?
Yeah, I would just like to say, we've had a good discussion on this at the last workshop session again. I'm a little disappointed that, in fact, hopefully something will come out of the new state law that was passed last year, set up a statewide board to look at all the interests of all government agencies with respect to geospatial data, come up with standards, maybe to provide for efficiencies with respect to, how to go about, gathering this information and how many flyovers are done and whether or not it can save costs. And I realize that, that may not occur quickly, but it's something I think that we'd like to see. And had a follow-up conversation with Justin on a number of aspects of this today. The only thing that I think that we ought to do here is we ought to reach out to Perry County to see whether at this point in time, to see whether or not they might be interested in joining with us, because I understand we'll not only get a discount with Perry County, but also get a discount. And if they are thinking about it, then I don't know why we wouldn't explore that before we consider taking final action on this. So once again move to table item 14A until maybe we get an answer from that from Perry County.
Did we explored any information on that?
Yeah, I think the commitment was that Justin was going to explore that with them, and that they were asking for approval of up to $269,009 with the explicit assumption that if we could get it for less, that we would, by partnering with Perry, that we would not spend on that.
So in acting this, we're not committed to the entire amount. We can still move forward with that explore, that discussion.
That is correct, before he has to sign on the dotted line.
Let me ask you this, how long are these numbers good for?
These numbers are good until the end of the summer.
All right, so this is just a capital project request that we're looking for approval on.
Madam Chair, excuse me,
Contract.
I made a motion to table. Is there a second to the motion? Because if there's a second to the motion, then we can table. Otherwise, we can have further discussion.
And there is no second to table.
Okay, just want to be clear on that.
So the discussion on the motion and the second is ongoing. Mark?
I was just gonna say, this is just the request to approve the capital project. The actual paperwork and the contract with Victometry will still be coming down the road, so between now and that time, we have plenty of time to discuss with Perry County on savings.
Is there any further discussion?
I would prefer to actually see whether or not, Perry County is coming on board, before we act on this. I mean, we're talking about if it's a 10% reduction, that's $26,000. That's a lot of money. This whole contract is a lot of money. So I'm not quite clear on what we're approving here. We're approving, in other words, if Perry County says no, we're approving they're going to go forward with a $269,000 expense on our own.
Okay.
But the contract is, are we approving
We're
the
not,
contract?
we're not approving a contract today, we're just approving the funding to move forward with the project. And then the contract will go before the solicitor, and that's a couple, at least 2 to 4 weeks out. And Justin, I think and what's our goals to get this approved by when? August?
Yeah, August.
So we have between now and August, but we'd like the approval to have the funding to pursue conversations with Perry County, because if the capital project's not approved, I'm not sure we can even have good, solid negotiations with Perry County.
Well, I think we could send it as a board of commissioners letter,
That would be great.
asking them whether they have any interest in this. And I'd certainly like us to move forward with that as opposed to actually acting on spending $269,000.
Just,
There-
or Mark, I don't know. Is there, let's say hypothetically that we talk to Perry County and it's just not an option. Are there any other partnering opportunities, or is this our automatic fallback?
I see you have the presentation in front of you. There is a page in there that talks about government flights. They signed a 2 flight contract, so their second flight is 2016. There's no option of getting in with them because they already have a signed contract. Franklin is already under contract for a 2017 flight. Perry is the only other they texted us that is considering the 2016 flight.
Are there any other agencies, lettered agencies, that might be out there looking either at State Park, DCNR, DOD, anybody that we could perhaps pursue to answer Commissioner Hertzler's concern that we're, kind of going this alone?
Yeah, I reached out to the USGS,
Okay.
and they were the standard for flying at the federal level, and they are ending their partnerships with counties.
So Justin's goal here is to get us into a position so that when Dolphin and Adams County are ready to fly, next time we'll be in a position to even partner with them. So there could potentially be 4 counties at that point to partner together. So we're trying to get to that point, but because the contract's already signed, we don't have that leverage right now.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion?
Yeah, but one other question when I asked this, Justin, Victometry or who we're contracting with essentially is a monopoly here. There's no other entity out there that does a fleet
The only other vendor that I know of was Eagle View, and they were bought out by Pictometry 2 years ago.
So essentially, this is like, this is a monopoly situation.
On the oblique photography,
Yeah.
they have image warehouses that are sole source software, and that's really Pictometry's ballgame right there, the oblique imagery. Now, if we just went with the ortho imagery, that would probably have to go out for RFP because there's many vendors that do that.
Any further discussion?
All right, well then, I'll change my mind on this, with the understanding, as I believe you understand, that we're gonna try to reach out and try to pull Perry County into this if they're gonna do this. I think it is important. However, I hope that by the time we get to the next consideration of the next one, that we will have, reached out, done our job in terms of trying to partner with other entities in the region that may be doing the same thing. And also by that time, maybe the state board will come up with some better ways to do this in ways that might save us some dollars. So,
All those in favor? Any opposed? Item number B. Is there a motion for the Sheriff's Department telesoft scanning and barcode modules for the county suite software at $41,900?
moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Any opposed?
Just to point out that this is coming out of the Record Improvement Fund. Aye.
Item number C, IMTO, the Unified Case Management System for the Public Defender module. Is there a motion for the $19,379 project?
So moved and with the same invitation.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 15, is there a motion for the adoption of the 2015-2016 fiscal budget?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion on the fiscal budget? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 16. Commissioner Drexler.
All right, Madam Chair, I'd like to recommend the appointment of Robert Swank to the Cumberland County Local Emergency Planning Committee to fill the vacated seat of a law enforcement representative on the panel. And this term will expire on December 31, 2017. So I mentioned at the workshop session, Mr. Swank has a significant background in law enforcement in North County, Dauphin County, and also is a longtime resident of Lower Allen Township and is a police academy instructor at Harrisburg Area Community College.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion on the appointment? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 17, I would like to make a motion for the reappointment of Lynn Everhart and Winston Cleveland to the Children and Youth Advisory Committee based on their nomination committee recommendation. Their term then would expire on June 30th of 2018. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 18, for the reappointment of Lou Martin. Ask Commissioner Drexler again.
Okay, Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the reappointment of Lou Martin to serve a new term on the Housing Authority, the Cumberland County Housing Authority. The new term will expire May 25, 2020. This appointment would be retroactive to May 25, 2015. And as I understand, just make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 19, the general disbursement transfer authorizations A through H. Is there a motion for those general disbursement transfer authorizations?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 20, I'd like to report an executive session held the 4th of June of this year, 2015, at 10:55 a.m. for personnel issues. Item number 21, I'd like to acknowledge receipt of the monthly reports of the proprietary, the clerk of the courts, the register of wills, Veterans Affairs, and Recorder of Deeds for the month of May. Is there any other business to come before the Board of Commissioners? Hearing none, thank you very much for adjournment.